Just bear me 1 second while I plug my speaker in. I should have done this before. Tonight then, who's here? And thanks for joining us. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm worried we might have some technical difficulties tonight because my phone overheated today. I interviewed someone for the channel and it overheated. So I hope it's not going to do it again. Never done it before. Well, what have I said wrong? I had 5 people there and I've lost them all except for one, and I've got 1 thumbs up. But this is the old embarrassed silence moment where nobody speaks. Plastered Finger, evening. Good evening, Plastered Finger. How the devil are you, mate? Have you been experiencing any of the recent rumbles where you are? Hey, hi Jim, how you doing, mate? Happy Wednesday to you too, mate. It's we had an earthquake the other night. It was another one in Cebu, but we felt this one. The old house started shaking, so we evacuated to the front of the house. But it never came to much. But that is the first one, not the first one I felt. We felt a few in the other house, but I think they were small ones. But this was the first one that we have felt since the we've had the spate of earthquakes. I almost said eruptions then. I'm getting my natural disasters mixed up. Greetings one and all. Hi Glenn, how you doing, mate? So we have the Plastered Finger, we have Jim, we have Glenn, the usual crew, and we have 4 strong and silent types who are lurking in the background and they're not saying anything. Have you noticed we have Christmas trees behind us now? We have Christmas trees and we have Christmas pillows. It may be only be September, but Ellen has decided to embrace the Christmas spirit. Good, thanks. Plastered Finger, a few little shakes. A few little shakes. Have you been to the Middle East? Well, I thought that was funny. Jim, all good this end. Good result for England. Was it really a good result for England? What was the score? I forgot they even bloody played. What was the score? Please tell me. Very festive, Jack Star. Hey Mugger, how you doing, Jack? Welcome on board. It's very early for you tonight, mate. You usually started coming in fashionably late on the last few. What happened to you the other week? You just disappeared, which is your prerogative. We were worried about you. Glenn, haha. Are you laughing at my little shakes joke? I thought that was quite good. Jim, 5-0. Who were we playing? It's shocking that I don't know. I knew we had an international break, but I've not followed it. I've had a hell of a busy week, and I was preoccupied with the boxing Saturday night. And the ridiculous thing is, I've just been listening to the radio, and they've been talking about, well, not the radio, the internet, and they were talking about the game and how Ollie Watson had banged himself against the posts, and looked like it could have been a serious injury. But yeah, I didn't bother taking notice of the score. That's poor, isn't it? And West Ham first, England second. Glenn, hi Jack, Jim and PF. Oh, Jim and Plastered Fingers. Plastered Fingers, young lady, Plastered Fingers. Ellen is eating her dinner in the background. Plastered Fingered, feeling a bit chuffed today. Bought myself a bike. What a game. Brand new or second hand? What did you buy in the end? You should feel chuffed with yourself. Oh, what a game! What a game the game was. There you go. I missed it. I missed a 5-0 win. Not often England does that. I remember when we beat Germany 5-1. That was a fantastic night. We were flying to Ibiza, and we watched it in a pub just outside of Heathrow Airport because it was a night flight. Brilliant. What a way to start the holiday. Smashed with a 5-1 win. Alex touring Asia. Hey, mate. Hey, Alex. How are you, brother? How's life in Devale? Have you recovered from your earthquake experience? That was a damn good video. Anyone who's not a subscriber of Alex's channel, you should check it out. He did some intrepid reporting the other day. He was in the shower when the earthquake struck, and while everyone else was evacuating, not him. He grabbed his Insta action. That's not an Insta action, is it? You've got a can't think what you got now. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Filipino women should be seen and not heard. That's what I say. Yeah, and anyway, he grabbed his camera. I can't think what they bloody call it, but anyway, it's what do they call it in the pocket one? Yeah, DJI. He grabbed his DJI action camera, and he recorded it all. He went outside, did interviews and anything. The BBC would have been proud of you, mate. Latvia. Oh, you're just taking it away from me, Jim. They beat Latvia 5-0. Well, they say there aren't any mugs in the international game anymore, but I think Latvia got the strongest team. But there you go. A win is a win. You can only beat the opposition in front of you. Glass and Finger, Christmas song in the market. Really? Really? It's incredible how it starts so early. I think I have to start taking my clothes off or doing something shocking because we're losing viewers. It keeps going up and fluctuating. I know I'm not the most exciting person, but what can I do to retain your interest? Glass and Finger, New got the Benelli 200 Evo. Just the dealer playing Daft Buggers, all sorted now and home. I'll have to Google it afterwards. The Benelli 200 Evo. I have not heard of it. I've not heard of Benelli. Jackstar, yeah, sorry for last week. Outside when I messaged, then the signal inside was terrible. Back seized off this week. You never have to apologise, Jack. You're amongst friends here. I'm glad to hear your back has eased off. What do you think that is? The treatment, or it's just resting, or hopefully that'll be a permanent thing. Are you still on the strong painkillers? Jackstar, hey guys, hope you're all well. Yep, I echo that. I hope you're all well. If you're not well, tell us your woes. We can sympathise together. Alex Torinasia, yeah, I was channeling my inner war correspondent. Yeah, you'd have been good at that, mate. You're a natural. Did you know those guys you were talking to downstairs? Because you're very forward coming in with your camera. Can I just grab a moment, guys? I thought he's got some balls on him. But I thought, well, maybe you know them. I must admit, I do find it hard to believe those towers were nearly touching and they didn't do any structural damage. Alex didn't say they were touching. But if you watch the video, he's got these tower blocks and they're like that. And I don't know, they've got like 30 metres in between them or something like that. But one of the guys he spoke to outside said the tops were touching it. It shook that much, which seems, I don't know. I'm a doubting Thomas. Always been naturally cynical. Jim Pendergrass, yes, good Jackstar. Hope all good with you. I'm going to try and hold it today, fellas. Hold it together, but I might slur my speech a bit. I haven't been to bed for 24 hours. I turned night into day, and I do that after a while. I get my sleeping pattern, and before you know it, I'm up all night, and I can't sleep during the day. So I said to Ellen last night, I woke up 4 PM, which is shocking. I said, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to have a productive day tomorrow. I will stay up all night. I'll stay up all day, and then I'll go to sleep tonight, and then I will sleep through, and I'll be back on nights again. But God, I'm exhausted. I got up early this morning and I went to view a house with a subscriber, Greg, and I interviewed Greg today, so that was productive. Glass and Finger, Bellino Italian, but made in China.
It's like a gangster bike, but not so big.
Ellen says it's like a gangster bike, but not so big. Are you a gangster? Are you a bad man? I'll have to Google these.
Here.
Oh, wow. There you go. That really is a bike. That's not a scooter, that's a bike. Oh, Jackstar, mate. Listen, thank you so much, so much. Totally unnecessary, but always appreciated. I can safely say you are the most generous man I think I've ever met in my life. And I haven't met you. But it will go in the, it's going in the Jackstar pot. Are you any closer? I won't press you because I know you're a very busy man and, all these other good things. And you've got the problems with your eldest, which we all empathise with. But I know you said before you didn't really want to talk about it anymore. But are you any closer to coming to see us? Jackstar, it's the Jackback Fund. You're not using me for money laundering, are you? We started watching Ozarks. You're not a Marty Bird, are you, Jack? We're really into Ozarks at the moment, or Ellen is into Ozarks. I've seen it all before. But we like to have our QT and watch things. And I'm finding it not as good the second time around. I'm still enjoying it. I can't remember much, but it seems a bit more far-fetched than it did the first time. But yes, you might be a Marty Bird, Jack. Have we rumbled you? You've gone from an assassin, can't think of his name, a jackal that wanders around the Europe, killing people with ghost guns, to a philanthropist, and now a money launderer. It's the Jack Back Fund. Yes, we'll get your back sorted over here, mate. You get over here, I will take you up to Valencia, to the massage place up there. On me, completely on me. I will stand the 100 pesos, and you will have an amazing back massage, and you never know, you'll be like a new man. If you feel like a new man, you're all fixed. If you feel like a new woman, we'll go into town and we'll get you one. IT Crazy Fish, good evening, fella. Good evening, IT Crazy Fish. How are you doing, brother? How is life in Bangkok, in the sharp end? Jackstar, well, started building a few bridges with my daughter, so going slow. She's getting there. Thought you would, mate. I thought you would. I know you've been trying to build bridges all along, but, you know, yeah, I'm sure. I always hope, I always thought you'd sort things out. Very, very happy to hear that, mate. Slowly, slowly, catchy monkey. How's your hydrogen thing going? Glenn, Jack, glad to hear that. Yeah, we're all glad to hear that, aren't we? You are, just so anyone, Glenn, don't quite get this, Glenn. You started off on a 2 crown and now you're down to a 3 crown. Can't quite work these crowns out. Of course, Jack's number one. Jack's always number one because obviously Jack gets to the top on the super chats. But I don't understand, Glenn, how you've dropped from 3 to 2, because apart from Jack, I don't think anyone else has been as taught. It's strange, these crowns. You'll always be number one to me, Glenn, and so will you, Jack. We should all be number 1 crowns on here. So anyway, yeah, earthquake wise, we're due another one apparently, and we are on the Dumagetti fault, but it will be what it is. So not much else to tell you really from my point of view. What have you guys been doing? Dave Minskip, hello Dave, welcome to the party. Baddock Bion Boxes got to Biowan in Negros Oriental today from Perth, Western Australia today. So wife is happy and family have ripped it to pieces and eaten the chocolate. That sounds like a very Filipino thing. I can't get my head around the chocolate over here. Ellen likes it because obviously she has grown up on it. But I'm not. You could say, well, it's just because I'm used to English chocolate, but I don't think it is. I think English chocolate is significantly better. I have never had a Australian chocolate bar. Is it good? Never been that impressed with American chocolate. I do like those Hershey bars. You know, the ones which are like the big ones with the you know, different flavors. Like, you know, they can get oh, I don't know. Anyway, I like those. I can't really think at the moment. Plastic Finger Jackstar, good on you, fella. Can be hard work, but very rewarding when you get there. Yeah, families are difficult, aren't they? It's I can only empathise or sympathise. I can't relate to it because I don't have any kids. But Jackstar, hydrogen fuel cell going good. Running it for longer periods and tests. Now, Jack, let me ask you a question about this, because this is a thing you designed, yeah, and you've designed it for your own purposes. If it works, have you patented it? Has this got the potential to earn you loads of money? Or are you going to keep it a closely guarded secret because you're using it for your mining and you don't want to give the opposition an advantage? I find it fascinating. Dave Minskip, chocolate was Swiss. Well, Swiss and Belgian chocolates are the best, aren't they? There you go. Yes, I do love a Toblerone. Not really a chocolate guy, but I do love a Toblerone. And if ever I'm going to, like, a few times I've gone to those, like, Hotel Chocolat. Used to eat a lot of that because my ex-wife, she did a lot of work for them. She worked for a market research company and she was one of their clients. Whenever she went to Hotel Chocolat, because there's a branch in Birmingham she used to go to a lot, meet the management there, they would always give her a big box of, like, you know, a bag of, like, loads of different chocolates. Oh, bloody lovely. Oh, the chat has dried up. Come on, tell us about yourselves. I'm very interested to know, and Ellen is fascinated. She doesn't say much now, but afterwards, God, I won't get any sleep for a couple of hours tonight because she'll be asking questions. Why did they say that? What did they mean by that? Who's that? Who's that? She could sit next to me and ask these questions herself, but no, she likes to be mysterious. Although she has threatened to flutter around the back a couple of times, going in and out of the kitchen. I'm saying you're going to go in and out of the kitchen at some stage. You said, Jackstar, mate, it's a game changer. It makes the miners at least 40% profit. Wow. Well, that sounds damn good. So, but are you going to keep it yourself? Is it yours? Is it patented? Have you got bigger plans? Or are you just going to concentrate on yours? Jim Pendergast, update on bingo. We have not been for the last couple of weeks. Last week I felt lousy. I was ill, and then yesterday Ellen was ill, and I think Ellen probably, we're just guessing, we don't know. I think she probably had what I had last week because the symptoms were very similar, and she was quite sick yesterday. I was sick for a day. Today she's only got a little bit of a sore throat. So anyway, in answer to your question, we didn't go, and it would appear it's dying a death. Our neighbour Patrick went, and he said that it was hardly anyone there this week. So I don't know how long it will continue. Because initially, quite a lot of us went. We had a table of about 15, but that table's gone now, and a few people. Yeah, it's losing its novelty, I think. Dave Miniskip filled the box with pasta as well, cheap, and let the family try something different from rice. Pasta and chocolate, what a combination. I know you didn't eat it together, but that might work.
Some soaps.
Sorry?
Soaps.
Soaps?
Body soaps.
Body soaps? You want to eat body soaps?
No.
He's not got you a box, Ellen.
Put it in the pasta box.
Well, he hasn't. He's put pasta and chocolate.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, she's disgusted.
I gotta put Colgate like...
Sorry, was I talking while you were?
It's like some of the things you can get here.
Well,
I'm naked, Simon.
Well, you're not naked. What are you talking about? I didn't know you were naked, actually. But you can't. If you're going to talk. Well, no, you're not. She's not naked. She's got a bra. She's got a bra on. What's the difference between a bra and a bikini?
Yeah, but we're not in the...
Jackster, I think I might put it out there. Depends. I might just expand my miners. Go for it, mate. Go for it. Expand your miners. I do like the idea of you being a Bitcoin pioneer, you know, a Bitcoin baron in the years to come. So, Simon, how's your health and how are you feeling? Well, it's very nice of you to ask, Jack. Yeah, these tablets they're working. They're working. I did have one day where I had a bit of discomfort a couple of days ago, but that wasn't as bad as anywhere near. I mean, these really work within about 48 hours. I mean, it's still not fixed. I know I've got it. I still, you know, sometimes when I'm on a bike, I'm crouched down, I get a bit of discomfort, but they're working. But I've lost a bit of faith in the consultant, and he didn't ask me questions I think he should have done, and he didn't really tell me what the future holds because I'm not sure if these things shrink it or just relieve the pain. But anyway, I've got 90 days tablets, and I've got to go and see him at the end of that. I'll ask a lot more questions this time, and I'll get a game plan. But yes, mate, they really have done the trick, and I'm eating a lot more tomatoes now. So that's supposed to, was it the lycopene? The lycopene in tomatoes is supposed to be very good for shrinking prostates. Alex Torin, my ex, the one you met, didn't even bother to text me and ask if I was okay. So now she's my double X.
X. What?
See, I'm going to spin the camera around now.
No.
She's X. Maritas. She knows this. I've told her this. Got the conversation about. I told her, I can't remember, 4 times today about something, and then the 5th time she says to me, "Well, what's that about?" She doesn't listen to a damn word I say. I told you about his ex that she sells bread up there. You saw her on the videos. She was the one of the women who was talking about it. You know all this.
You didn't tell me that they'd broken up.
They were broken up before he came here. It's his ex from Davao. She moved over here. She's opened a bread bakery place up there, and he was coming to visit her.
Oh, so they're friends?
Yes. Friends with benefits, did you say? Wash your mouth out. How dare your mind work like that? Glenn, domestic. We don't have domestics in this house. We have a disagreement. She agrees I'm right, and then we go on. And live happily ever after. Glenn, the chair pose was worthy of a master portrait. It was, wasn't it? She's not naked. I wouldn't turn around. She's naked. She's wearing a bra. What's the difference between a bra and a bikini? But to be fair, chaps, I wouldn't have done that had I remembered that. But I knew she wasn't naked. That would have registered in my head. She was cooking there. She bless her, she burnt herself frying today. I had to hold an ice pack on her while she was cooking. She burns herself every day she fries something. You'd think she might put more on or wear an apron or something like that. But no, every day she undresses to fry, burns herself, complains, puts some clothes on. It's like Groundhog Day living in this house in many ways. Dave Minskip, get them in ya. Yes, mate, tomatoes are the way forward. Tomatoes are the way forward. That's a nice little tomato emoji you've got there. Bijan Bain, greetings from Wahin. Greetings, Bijan. How are you, mate? Jim, Simon, get a second opinion on your health concerns when back in the UK. Yeah, I will. The trouble is, when I go back to the UK, well, I'll go and see my GP and see what they say. But whether I'll be back long enough to be able to see a consultant, I might go private. But I mean, this guy's prescribed the right thing. It's working. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, he prescribed it, put me on it. But then when I did the video, a few people were like, well, what's the next step? When do you get this done? You know, are you taking this to shrink it? And when I looked at the actual tablets, I think these tablets, all they do is loosen the blood vessels around it. I don't think they actually shrink it. And he didn't say to me, eat tomatoes or anything. I've done it off my own back. So next time I see him, I will say, look, what do we do about getting this thing smaller? And I will probably go and have an ultrasound first and pay for that. So when I go in, I can say, look, it hasn't decreased or it has or whatever. Anyway, I'm being a lot more proactive now, chaps. And I owe it to you guys for pushing me into doing it. Because I probably wouldn't have gone the first time if you guys hadn't been so supportive. Jack Star, so my last trip in hospital, doctor says need to do a test, finger up the bum and grip, etc. And I said, no way, thanks, as I could hardly walk. Last thing I want is that. I've been struggling. Yeah, we don't want to. They don't do that. You know, that finger up the bum business, the old. I was watching The Sopranos the other day and he says in there, she says, have you thought about a prostate exam? And he said, I don't even let anyone wave their finger in my face. But they don't do it over here. They don't do it in Thailand. Here, in Asian countries, if they think you've got an enlarged prostate, they send you for an ultrasound. In the fingers, in the UK, it's like, you know, stand on your side, bring your knees up, glove on and up. It's a bit primitive, really, isn't it? Jack Star, I know it's a family show, but... So what do you want? I mean, when you say it's got better, does that mean like the painkillers are working? I mean, we're talking about your back now, or it's just kind of eased and you can come off the painkillers? While we're talking about health issues, I'm going to screw up now. I am currently suffering from plantar fasciitis, which I know is very common. My old man gets it quite a bit. I've had it about 4 days now. It keeps coming and going. But I know from talking to guys in Sideways now, everyone gets it, I think. But it's weird now, it comes on so quick and then goes and then comes back on again. And I Googled some exercises and that, and no one knows what causes it, apparently. Glenn, Dream. Jim, my expat friend stayed with us for 2 months in UK and got sorted despite all the bad reports of waiting times, etc. Yeah, well, it is it's a lottery, isn't it, really? I mean, that's the reality of it. It is a lottery. But you can refer yourself these days. I found out last time I was back. You don't have to wait for your GP to refer you. You can do it yourself. So maybe I will refer myself to a specialist before I get back. But you're right. I mean, some people... I got a mate here. He went back to have a hip operation in Clacton a few years ago. Was it hip? Was it a knee? Might have been knee, I can't remember. But he went back Went to the GP, and in 6 weeks, he had had his knee replaced from the initial appointment to getting the thing. And I said, it's amazing, that is. Christ, we should all register with, GPs in Clacton. But then he went back this time, I think he went back to April or March or whatever. They told him 2 years. So it didn't work for him this time. And that's in the same surgery, same county. So, it is the luck of the draw. It really is. Jack Star, yeah, not taking painkillers and did a few walks and doing more stretches. So it's muscular then, I'm guessing. I mean, it's more muscular than skeletal, is it? If you're allowed to do stretching and things. But I'm glad it's working for you. It's amazing how many of these things you think used to be in the old days, isn't it? They tell you to rest, take a brufen and rest. Nowadays, it's all stretching and walking and exercising and and I'm sure it's all right. Well, what is that? Why are you giving me that? See, look at that. God bless her. She's made me a tomato salad. She's telling me to finish it off. If you could pop it on the table, please. Thank you, sweetie. What a wonderful woman she is. I don't care what you lot say in the messages. I'm very happy with her. I think she's a lovely girl. I know some of you disagree, but I think she's all right. she's putting faces at me now.
You see this? This is going to land on your face.
Okay. You talk the talk, but you walk the walk. Dave Minskip, blood test is better. Yeah, well, I took the blood test. but the blood test doesn't tell you how big it is, does it? You need to have the I had the PSA test. I've had that done. But sticking the finger up and doing the blood test, that just tells you your PSA and it tells you it's enlarged. Unless you have a ultrasound or a MRI, you're not going to know how big it is. Because I'm happy I know how big it is now, because then I've got the gauge by. Because next time I go back, if it's got smaller, fantastic. If it's got bigger, then I know I'm going to have to see someone else or say to them, look, what the hell do we do? Because if it's 4 times the size it should be now, and it keeps growing at this rate, how big is it going to be? The hell are you doing? How big is it going to be, in 6 months' time or a couple of years' time? Plastered finger, bad heel, postman's heel, I think. Yeah, they call it. It's the ball of your foot. It's very common. Lots of people get it. It's just weird how it comes on and then disappears. I've had it 4 days now. I've never had it this long, so hopefully it will have gone in the morning. But I'm doing the old rolling exercise, your feet on a tin. Jackstar. Oh, Glenn, DRE, digital rectal exam, the finger. Well, there you go, mate. You do amaze me how you know your acronyms so well. You're a very talented guy for remembering those. I'm very impressed, Glenn. But yeah, DRE, please. So I don't know if I told you this before. Last time I went back to the UK, when I saw a GP about it, I came back from Thailand. And it was quite hard to get registered because I was staying with people in Burnham Market initially. And I was registered. They wouldn't let me register at the GPs because you had to have proof of address or something like that. And I only just got there. And I wanted to get it sorted because I was a couple of things past. But some people I knew there told the doctor there of my situation. And he said, don't worry, I'll see him. Get me his phone number. I'll call him and we'll get him on the books. And he phoned me up and he said, why do you think you've got an enlarged prostate? What makes you think that? And I told him, well, I know I have had an ultrasound and all that kind of thing. He said, right, great. Well, look, I haven't met you yet. So how about you pop in one day next week, make an appointment. We'll get to know each other. I'll pop your finger up your bum and we'll take it from there. And then he said, how does that sound? What a way to say to someone. Jim, biopsy is the worst test. Yes, I have a friend. I won't say his name. I almost said his name then. That'd be embarrassing. I was talking about it to him at Sideways the other day. And he had the same problem, or he had a large prostate. He didn't trust the doctors here in Doomageti, rightly or wrongly. So he decided to go to one of the better hospitals, supposedly better hospitals in Cebu. And he had a biopsy. And he was saying they gave him a general anaesthetic and they put these needles in and they like take 17, 18 samples or whatever, like a ridiculous amount of samples. And I asked him if he wanted to watch it on the screen. He said, well, no, of course I don't. And he said it was very unpleasant, the whole thing was. And at the end of it, they said he was clear, but they couldn't be 100% certain because the test isn't, because the biopsy thing isn't 100% certain. And he thought, well, why the hell did I bother then? But anyway, that was a few years back and he's fine. So there you go. But I thought it was 100%. They told him it's not 100% the biopsy because a few people said the only way you'll find out 100% is a biopsy. But as I say the other day, I'm not worried now, chaps. You know, I'm going to keep on top of it. I'm going to keep going. As long as my PSA's low, you know, PSA's fine. The doctor there's not worried. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I'll just keep an eye on it. And that's what the GP in the UK said. He said, don't worry about it. Some people can have prostates the size of an orange. Or was it, what fruit was it? It was some large fruit. And live to be 100 and never have a thing. Just keep doing the tests every year and monitor that. And as long as the PSA goes up, you don't have anything to worry about. So that's what I'm going to look at it. Jackstar, I've been watching the legend that is regular guy. Well, second legend, of course, sir. God bless you. I was about to say the legend or one of the legends. Wow. Shown some beautiful women. Is he really? I don't think he's happy with me. I saw him about a month ago in Dumagetti. He was up by the Henry. I was interviewing Lachlan and he was interviewing, I think it might have been, he was interviewing a woman, but I think it might have been either Gio's girlfriend or ex or Mark Thornton's ex-wife, Jen. Probably Mark Thornton's ex-wife, Jen. I didn't recognise, I didn't see her because they were on another table. But someone said in the chat about a couple of weeks afterwards, what do you think a regular guy interviewing Mark Thornton's ex-wife? Don't you think that's a bit of a low blow? To which I said, I've got no idea. I don't watch regular guy. I haven't watched him in ages. So I've got no idea what he's up to. But so I'm just putting two and two together and thinking, well, Jen's in Dumagetti. Maybe it was her. I just saw her from behind, like long black hair. But yeah, he wasn't particularly friendly. He seen me afterwards and he like waved, said, how you doing? And I said, oh, how are you, Scott? And he like, he carried on walking. I said, how long are you here for? You staying for a while? And he said, a month. And then he said he had to run. He might have been in a hurry. I don't think he was happy about that last video I did. But, you know, when I said his regular guy cancelled, well, there you go. Can't win them all. If I've upset Scott, I've upset Scott. But I'm surprised he's doing beautiful women again. I'll have to watch some of that. Not because I want to watch beautiful women. Ellen's looking at me like that. But I thought he was going to have to change. When I was under the impression from conversations with people that he was changing his content completely because of the old focus on the guidelines and things, that he'd gone more to doing more live chats and interviews than actually, you know, going around. I'll have to see what he's up to, just see what he's getting away with, because I want to do a bit more vlogging again. Because no one else seems to have been touched by these new guidelines yet, so I might be a bit more adventurous. Glenn, Jim agreed, the biopsy is not to be recommended. Well, there you go, you see. It's amazing how many, I'm not going to name anyone, but I must have had at least 30 people, I'm very grateful for, reach out to me through messages, through Facebook and emails and things, who had all had prostate cancer or had to have operations and suggested this medication and that. It's very incredibly common. I was amazed how many. I understood that maybe a few people, but virtually everyone who comments regularly, with the exception of a couple of people, all seem to have had the experience and been through it. It's incredible. Adam Fente's in the house. Hey, Adam, how you doing, brother? Welcome on board. Adam Fente, hey, everyone. How's it going? Jim, hi, Adam. Plastered Finger, hi, Adam. Adam Fente, hi, Jim. Hi, Glenn. Hi, Jackstar. Adam Fente, hey, Finger. Jackstar, hey, Adam. How much of a hit on crypto did it hurt? You're a very popular guy, Adam. I think you've got more hellos there than anyone ever coming into the... I think Jack might be able to match you for that, but you got a lot of hellos there, mate, which is nice to see. You got another one. Hi, Adam. I've heard about this hit on the crypto. Someone was talking about it the other day. They asked in one of the live chats. And I said, I'm not in crypto. Was it a big hit? Adam Fentay, oof. I don't mess with perpetuals. But I was shocked to see my Athena crypto drop by 50%. Now, that is a big drop. That is a big drop. But it's happened before, hasn't it? It's gone up and it's gone down and it's been like, you know, I remember a while ago, I'm like a few years back, years turn into months, months turn into weeks. I lose track of time. When people were saying the bubble was over, it had all gone, and there was going to be no more, crypto. And then about 2 years later, Bitcoin was like 1,000 times worth more than it was then. It's incredible how it goes up and down. Dave Miniskip, keep your prostate empty and you will be right. Well, how do you keep it empty? Or should I not have asked that question? Filipina Vlogger, hello, good evening all from Dipolog. Good evening, Filipina Vlogger. Welcome to the chat. How are things in Dipolog? Have you been affected by any of these these earthquakes recently? Jackstar, wow, mate, I'm more of a set holder and won't hold more than that. I trade it at the end of the day. I think that's Jack and Adam talking about their crypto things. I'm more of a set holder and won't hold more than that. I trade at the end of the day. It's interesting you say that you trade at the end of the day, because you are the first person who I don't really know anything right now. I don't know anything about it, but I have a few friends here who are invested in crypto, in Bitcoin, but they're in it for the really long term. And one of them was telling me in Sigil, well, I'll tell you now, it was Paul, who used to come on the channel quite a lot. And he was saying how it had gone up and up and up. And he was like, he quadrupled his money or something ridiculous after a few months. And I said, you're not tempted to get rid of some of it now and take cash in? And he was not interested in touching it. He was like to have it there for the next 20 years because it would be up to there. And I'm thinking, well, I hope it does go up to there for you, but isn't there equally a chance it could go down to there? I mean, it seems a bit, stocks and shares, most people, I mean, it depends what you're invested in, but, you will sell when you think the market's high. All the people I know, it seems apart from Jack, who in Bitcoin, they've got no intention of selling it. They're just going to keep on, they're convinced it's just going to keep rising and rising and rising forever. Rain in Blood 123. It's fair to say you are settled and not interested in any more exploration of Asia. Well, we're going to Vietnam for the first time at Christmas, mate. Only for holiday. No, I'm settled here. I'm not interested in, in trying other places to live. Well, sometimes, I mean, Ellen can get you down at times. She does go on and on and on. So, I mean, there will be 2 or 3 times a day when I think, right, I'm booking a flight, I'm going, but.
Stop making stories.
Stop making stories. Good Lord, woman. How do you know what goes through my mind? No, mate, in terms of moving on, no, I am blissfully happy here with the woman of my dreams. I'm just worried Ellen will find out about her. Because then things could get nasty. But no, I'm happy here, mate. But we are looking forward to trying Vietnam. I mean, you never say never. We could go to Vietnam, fall in love with the place, and end up moving there. But I can't see it. It'd be very unlikely. You can take the girl out of Dumagetti, but you can't take Dumagetti out of the girl. Adam Fenton, I will be break even on my altcoins probably by next week. But to be honest, all of my conviction is going into Bittensaw. Going to keep it simple and stick with that. Well, best of luck with that. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, to be honest, mate. But best of luck with that. Dave Minscap, don't ask how to empty prostate. Hint: is it not? Is it's not stored in balls? Okay, I see what you mean. I thought you might mean that. There you go. Plaster finger. Don't wish volcanoes on us, mate. Is that right? Keep it empty. I'm going to start thinking about that now. Is that right? Should I be increasing my work rate? I have to ask the doctor this. Tell you what is interesting as well. Nearly all the people I spoke to, because it's one of those things, I went down to a bar that I go to sometimes. The day it was either the day of the hospital or the day after the hospital. And I'm quite open. I talk about things, and I told people about I've been there for the prostate. And I got talking about 3 or 4 different people on the space of the evening who all had prostate issues, and they were all on Cialis, the ED treatment, because apparently that has a very good effect. It loosens the blood vessels. I think reading about it, because I googled it afterwards, it does similar to what I'm on now. It loosens the the blood vessels and that, so it's not pressing up against the bladder. But yeah, I don't know why he didn't put me on Cialis. It seems to be, you know, and I had a few people message me, "You want go on Cialis?" And I'm thinking, well, he wasn't an op. He didn't mention it to me. But there you go. I had no idea it was used for that. Obviously, it's used for other things as well. You get two for the price of one. That's why I was interested. I'm glad the phone hasn't overheated. I probably shouldn't have said that because that's tempting fate, but I had a horrible feeling the phone was going to overheat. Glass of finger, don't wish volcanoes on us, mate. I won't do that, mate. Jim Pendergrass, I have no idea about crypto and have no intention of getting involved. We're in the same boat on that one, Jim. Yeah, I'm convinced I've missed the boat. And I know nothing about it. I still seem to think Bitcoin's the one, but then there's all these other ones popping up. You know, I don't know. It's just not. It's not for me. And what were we talking about the other day? Was that XRP? Is it XRP? The one that Colin and Peter are invested in? They're banging on about XRP. There's a couple of people I know really in this XRP. They reckon it's the thing. One of them put quite a bit of money into it. Whether it's right or not, I don't know. Filipino vlogger, yeah, we feel it shaking, a little shaking, but not bad, thanks to God. And since yesterday, we had beautiful weather. Well, there you go. I'm glad you've got beautiful weather. So we only felt it the one night, and it wasn't strong. But the trouble is, you know, when we had it at the other house, you don't react. But this one, I was out here working on my computer. She was in bed, and the thing started rocking. And I thought, I wasn't going to do anything. But then Helen like panicked. Well, didn't panic. She's like, I can't remember what you shouted. I don't know if you called me Simon or you called me something. Was it Big Daddy Love? Come and help me or something. I think I was saying, yeah, I think she said Big Daddy Love. What's happening? So anyway, we evacuated. I put my little arm around her and we went out all romantically holding hands. And we waited outside. But we only did that because of the big ones recently. You know, if it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't have bothered getting up. But you never know. Jackstar, yeah, I trade it and dump it into high yield dividends. Yes, just as much of a risk, but more stable. Like to spread my risk. That's it. That's the way. What's the expression? You've got to be. Oh, can't think what the word is now. I'm too tired. Begins with D. Can't remember what you call it. I've got 5 likes. If you're watching, if you're happy and you like it, shake your hands and smash the like button. I'd be very grateful if we get the likes up. The last few lives, I've got over 30. If I get 30 likes, I'm very happy. If you don't like it, don't do it. Thank you, whoever just did that. Yeah, that's all right. What do they call it? There's a term for it where you spread your portfolio over a number of different investments and that to cover it. Like you have a bit of gold, you have a bit of this and that. I can't think what the bloody term is. But anyway, I get where you're coming from here, Jack. So I've got investments, but I've never cashed them in. I've started thinking I'm going to start taking cashing a certain amount of one of my ISAs in a couple of years' time and taking it out. But I don't know how easy it is to cash it, how long it takes to go in. I've never actually done it. You must be well versed in that if you're selling your Bitcoin and putting it into dividends and then coming back again. I'll have to look into that. And in Fonte, yeah, I want to do high yield dividends. I have some, but I want to cash out on my crypto next year and rotate to dividends. Well, it's good you both got plans. Jackstar, nice one, Adam. Seems we both have the same idea. You do. Great minds seem to think alike. Adam Fente, Godspeed. Are you off, Adam? Honestly uninterested. Honestly uninterested. You have not joined us for a while. How the devil are you? You've been missed. Yes, getting up to pee frequently is not only good exercise, good for the bladder. I don't get up to pee a lot. And that's what he said to me. He said, how often do you get up in the night to go to the toilet? I said, I don't really. See, I don't have the classic symptoms. That's been the thing. I just had abdominal pain. But I don't, pee anymore. I don't wake up in the night to go to the toilet. I did for a while in England, but the trouble is so hot over here, you don't pee as much because, you sweat it out or whatever. I'm in the UK. If I was living there now in winter, probably I would be waking up a few times a night to pee. I don't know, but I've never really had that issue when I've been in Asia. Adam Fente, have you been logging in the background? Honestly, I'm interested. Have you been here all this time but just stopped commenting? And in fact, I heard earthquakes are still happening across the Philippines, but on a smaller magnitude. Everything good for you guys in Duma? Well, I'm not sure if it's a joke or not. I don't think it was. It looked quite professional. But an army guy I know, who's over in Cebu, he was the guy who put me onto the idea of the grab bags. And he sent me a video the other day about the Dumaguete fault line, which is one of the 4th fault lines in the Philippines. But it all looked very professional, but it had the old AI Richard Attenborough voiceover. I don't know if it was a wind-up or not, but that's why we went out of the house the other night. But according to him, according to this video, not like he'd made, he'd found it on YouTube, that it's the worst fault line in the Philippines in the sense that it goes through 5 of the most densely populated cities. And supposedly it goes from Cebu, under us, and up to Bacolod. And he reckons that these earthquakes we've been experiencing are along that fault line. Now, I've not done any more research of that, but he's made me think. But why are you looking at me like that?
There was some explanation on that, but it's in Bisaya, but it's actually not dangerous.
What's not dangerous?
Well,
how can a fault line not be dangerous?
I don't know, but they're talking about that they're just like making.
Okay, well, apparently, don't worry about it. They're just making things. Okay, well, I wasn't overly worried about it.
I'm going to look for it. I'm not sure, but I'm going to look for it.
Well, you have a little look, sweetie. Jack Star, was Paul the guy from Northeast, worked for NHS? He seemed a good lad. How's he doing? Yes, that is him. That is he. Yeah, he was. I suppose he still is. I think he's doing all right. I've not really had a lot to do with Paul. We kept in touch for a little while, but we've kind of gone our own ways. But I mean, he's still like, we're still friends on Facebook, and like, he messaged me for my birthday, I messaged him, we hadn't fallen out or anything. But it's strange because when I left, I'm not going to go in too much into his business. Actually, I'm not going to anyway. I thought he was going to be with someone because it looked like something was happening there. And I understand through someone else it didn't happen. And Paul wasn't someone who was looking for a relationship. He wanted to stay single, but it would appear now from the pictures on Facebook, it looks like he's all loved up with some Filipino, and I assume from the videos that they're living together and that. So I imagine he's playing happy families. But he's just been back to the UK for a couple of weeks. So he was on it. Last post I saw, he was flying back here to Sikihor, so he's probably back in Sikihor now. Up to 14 likes. Thank you very much, fellas. But yeah, I think all's good. I've not heard anything to the contrary. He's still in Sikihor, I know that. Raining Blood 123. Loads of bikes in Vietnam. Long, thin country. Easy to get around. Good coastline. Food better. Girls have great figures. Well, I will not have eyes for the girls with great figures because I'll be with the lovely Ellen. And she's a very, very jealous woman. And dangerous. She's the kind of woman, she won't say anything. But then, you'll wake up in the night and she'll have a pan of hot fat and throw it in your face. And a misunderstanding. But we're not going to do any travelling. We're not doing any travelling. We're going over. There's a few couples, some friends here, and we're just going to stay in Saigon for 11 days. So we won't be doing any coastline travels. I think a couple of my friends are saying they're going to hire scooters and they're going to drive around, and I'm like, why? I mean, I thought you might do. I mean, Ellen obviously won't. She can't drive, but I don't see the point of driving around Vietnam because the traffic's supposed to be busy, and I want to have a drink in that. If we're going to go anywhere, I'll get a Bolt or an Uber. Not an Uber. What am I talking about? Uber Grab. But I have heard it's fantastic. I mean, if we like it, I mean, one of the couples we're going with, they went to Da Nang a few months ago. They loved it. So they want to try Ho Chi Minh. That's why we're going to Ho Chi Minh this time. But if we love it, we'll go back another time and we'll go somewhere else. But this trip is just going to be Ho Chi Minh, Saigon, whatever you want to call it. Raining Blood, good healthy food in Vietnam. Yeah, I keep hearing mixed things about that. I think I will like the food. I think I will enjoy it. But I've had a few friends that have gone there because a lot of the guys here travel quite a bit. And a couple of friends who I rate their opinions. One of them's going to Thailand for Christmas. They've been to Vietnam in the last year and they did not like it at all. They did not like it. They hated the food, didn't like it, said it wasn't a patch on Thailand. But equally, the friends we're going with who went to Da Nang, they say it beats Thailand hands down. Seems to be a bit of a Marmite country. Some people love it, some people don't. Like anywhere, I suppose. But it's got me thinking, will I be this way or that way? Will we love it or will I not? Anyway, only one way to find out. Asia, yes, it's a fact. An empty prostate is the healthy option. We'll have to work on that then. What an inappropriate comment. Hi, Mongoloid. And suddenly the face pulls up. I know who that is. Agnes, what are you doing in our live stream? What are you?
They're asking us to go to the wash visit the karaoke bar, and I said you're doing a live stream.
Oh, they're at the karaoke, are they?
Yeah.
That person who just made that totally offensive comment is one of the people we're going to Vietnam with. I didn't know she watched our lives. Adam Fente, Koreans love XRP. Do they? There we go. Send us a video of Daryl's singing, Agnes. Koreans love XRP. Are we talking about this? Is the this crypto thing or whatever that my friend's investing? Is it? And in fact, diversification. That's it. Diversification. You've got to be diversified. I might be taking a teaching job in January, and I'll be teaching Koreans if I do it. I don't know if I will do it, but a friend of ours, or a guy I know, I suppose a friend, don't really know him that well. He runs summer camps in Indonesia, and they go there for like 2 weeks, and a load of Koreans come over, and you basically have 2 weeks in Indonesia, and you teach them. And he asked me the other week, do I want to do it? And I said no. And I said, not for me at all. I don't want to work. But then about 10 minutes later, I found one of my very good friends, Peter. He's going. And another friend, whose name I'm not allowed to say because he hasn't told his girlfriend yet, he's going. So that's kind of changed the perspective. Because then it wouldn't just be me going to work. It would be me and, I'd say, 3 friends going over for 2 weeks in Indonesia, where I've never been, just to teach English. And it sounds this guy's been doing it for years. He's quite a tap. You know, you do like 6 hours a day teaching, Monday to Friday. The weekends are your own. At night, you like go out in Indonesia. So I said I'd let him know next week. See, they know I'm on a live stream, but yet they're calling me. Decline. Message them and tell them I can't talk. I'm on a live stream. That was Daryl. It's Daryl, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Jackstar, diversify. What the hell is wrong with him? He's trying to piss my life. He's trying to balls my live stream up. Neil Michaels, hi all, diversified. That's it, diversified. I told you, I'm in sleep for 24 hours. That's why I can't get my words. But yeah, diversified. You've got it, fellas. You all hit the nail on the head. You've got to diversify. You've got to spread your risks. Jackstar, diversify. Adam Fento, diversification. Let's eat Filipino, diversified. That's a great handle. Let's eat the Filipino. I must be well behind on the chat. Glenn, diversify. Filipino vlogger. Yeah, a beer for the host, lovely viewers. What?
Decline it.
Hold on. What is he doing to me? He's screwing the live stream up. I was now, I know what's going on now. Piss off, you lot. That's Alex. There's another friend. He's seen Daryl's phoning me, so Alex is phoning now. Leave me alone, for Christ's sake. We're friends like this. Who needs enemies? Right. Filipino vlogger. Yeah, a beer for the host, lovely viewers. Yeah, thank you very much. Beer for the host. I appreciate that. Adam Fente, 2 weeks for a teaching job in another country. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I think I might do it. Adam Fente, better check it's all legal though, visas, etc. Yeah, it is, because what it is, should I say this on a live stream? We're working for free. We are volunteers. We're not getting paid for it. So none of that applies. But when we get back to Dumagetti, we might get a little thank you in our hands, if you know what I mean. So we don't actually need any of that because we're classed as volunteers helping in this camp. But we are getting looked after, if you know what I mean. But I'm not doing it for the money. Money's not great. It just seems like a fun experience. But I'm 50-50, you know. But as I say, the fact that I get on well with a few of the guys that go and it could be fun. The art chairs, call blimey, look what the cat dragged in. Indeed, the art chairs. Where the hell have you been, mate? Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Plastered finger, oi Dale, he's busy. Yeah, but it was Dale, then it was Alex. You know, Alex isn't at Whoosh, is he? No, Alex is not out. No, he might have been, but I don't think Alex is feeling too good, is he? I didn't think he was wondering if he was at the bowling. The art chairs, how's the new place working out? The new place is working out very well. It's amazing. We have had quite a few issues. We've got mice or something at the moment. I've ordered some traps and some poison. We have had trouble with the internet. We have had a million problems, but we're blissfully happy here. Really are. This is the best place I've lived in the Philippines. Yeah, in spite of all the things that happened, we're really happy here, mate. It was a damn good move moving here. Let's hope I still feel that way, or we still feel that way in a little while. But you like here, don't you, my lovely? She does like it here, yeah. Very cool house. Not cool as in, whoa, we're cool guys. I mean, it's just really cool. Before we left, he put vents in the roof, and they make a hell of a difference. And it's so quiet. It really is. It's like a ghost town where we are. It's perfect. Who would have ever thought you could find a deathly quiet place in the Philippines? Certainly in Dumaguete. Oh, the chat. I was rushing to try and catch up with the chat because I didn't want to get too far behind, and I could tell by the diversify that I was behind. Now it has calmed down. Adam Fenton, you should put the bar lights on for the live stream. Adam, your wish is my command. Ellen, my lovely, beautiful assistant, could you put the lights on, please? Oh no, I'm wearing a bra. The bar lights. She's going to do it. She's that kind of girl. That's why you want to be with a Filipina. The art chairs. We're already in month 2 of the months. Any festival plans? No. Didn't you say thing? What did she put? Why are you wearing that?
Because I don't have t-shirt.
Okay, there you go. All my clothes, all my long sleeve clothes. I've got a couple of cardigans. I've got an Adidas tracksuit. I've got that Lylan Scott top. I've got a Lacoste hoodie. She's taken them all. They just appear out. What's the matter with you?
Can you see? Can they see me on the background?
You're not that big. No, didn't you say at the end of this month, around the 17th, there's going to be lots of music going on here? Yeah, apparently it starts in a week, mate. There's going to be a load.
Friday.
Starting this Friday. So I might. I interviewed a guy called Greg today. He's thinking of moving here, and I went to see a house from today, and we were talking about maybe doing a pub crawl video one week, and I show him some of the bars around town. But I'm not sure. We haven't put any final plans for that. But if it's going to be party time this weekend, maybe we do it this weekend. Jack Star, watch the spirits don't get you, Ellen. Yeah. Is the house haunted, Ellen? No, see, she's not. I'm not joking. Up until about a week and a half ago, she was getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was insisting I got up as well. It was so annoying. And I had to come out and sleep on the couch while she worked, because apparently she'd be safer from a ghost if I'm here rather than comfortable asleep. You know, like 2 meters over there. Like that makes a big difference. But now
I can see you.
At least you can see me. Where do you go? Anyway, what she thinks this old man can do to defend her against a poltergeist, I do not know. But she's been okay recently. She hasn't woken me up. I asked her the other day, is it haunted? Do you think it's haunted? She said she was 50-50. Now she says no, so I think we got past that. Raining blood. Silent in the Philippines. Cockerels crowing, pigs squealing, and noisy motorbikes are par for the course. Yes, mate. I know. It's not my first dance. I've been here a couple of years now. But not where we are. In this little subdivision, we are at the end of the road. You've got nothing but jungle for 200 meters, and then you've got the sea. There are no cockerels here. I have not seen a cockerel in month plus we've lived here. I can only assume they're not allowed in the subdivision. And I did a video the other day of a guy called Patrick. We had a brownout. I had the doors open for the whole interview. All we heard, I think, was one motorbike go by. We are incredibly lucky to have found this place, and it's incredibly quiet. And I say, I've got friends here who've been living in Dumagetti for like 20, 30 years. We had a couple of come around the other day for a few drinks one night, and he said he'd never seen a place this quiet before. It's, you know, we have struck out. Trouble is, there's a house just across the road, which we've got expat there, and there's an empty one just there. I think it's a 3-bedroom place, but it's not the kind of place an expat would want to live. It's quite cheap, 15,000. And he said there's a family moving in next week, he's been told. And I just immediately thought, God, it can't be karaoke, can it? It can't be that. But the trouble is, when we lived in the other village, I would never complain because I think it's not my country. You know, it's their culture and that they've lived there longer than us. They're all from the village. We've just moved in. However, this, as I was saying to Patrick, someone comes in and starts making noise and spoiling it, I will go over and complain because we were here first. You know what I mean? The guy over there, he's been here 10 years. So why accept someone coming in, regardless of what nationality they are, and, you know, ruining silence? Don't you agree, Ellen? Yeah, she'll be the one that goes. I'll send her.
No.
But hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully that won't happen. It's just everything's so smooth. It's like getting the rubbish collecting that was difficult at the last place. Here, truck comes around every Wednesday, never been late, picks the rubbish up, takes it away, don't have to do a thing. Water. You have to phone the guys to come and get the water at the last place, and sometimes they wouldn't turn up for a couple of days. Here, the other day I went out to feed the dogs, because we've got 2 dogs here now, and one of our empty tanks had gone, you know, the empty 5-gallon, it wasn't there. And I'm thinking, has someone nicked that? Why have they taken it? I said, well, and where has it gone? Because we had 2 full ones and 1 empty one. Went back in the house, went out 2 hours later to get the bike, and it'd been replaced by a full one. The water people had just picked it up, taken it and swapped it. And I said to Patrick next door, how's that work? So they just come. He said they come, and if they see an empty box, they take it away and bring it back. And then at the end of the month, they'll, like, you know, give you a bill or they'll see you. I thought, fantastic. It's all so smoothly run here. The art chairs, you have a bar in the house, sweet. Oh no, I've gone past. Right, art chairs. What's a lovely Ellen? Is it raining in the house? No, she's only wearing a bra, mate. That's why she put that on. She's a bit shy. She didn't want to go, but yeah, she just grabbed that from the office. Art chairs, you have a bar in the house, sweet. Yes, you have a bar. Not my doing. It was here when we came. Yeah, I wouldn't. Not really my thing. Neon signs and a bar, but yeah, we've got a bar. We've got a bar. I've just got to get someone to work it. I've ordered Ellen one of those thingy suits with like a bow tie or whatever. When people come around in the evening, she can sit behind there, like, you know, with a towel over her arm, and she can bring me a drink. I haven't told her that yet till now. I didn't want to spoil the surprise until it arrives. The art chairs, do you miss the yard? No, I do not miss the yard. We never spent any time in the yard, and it had to be cut. The grass had to be cut every few weeks. So no, one of the reasons we took this place is because we don't have a yard. So no, do not miss that at all, mate. Garden, whatever you want to call it. Jack Start. So what's your plans this week, buddy? Don't really have any plans this week. Going to do the quiz tomorrow. Oh, that's not true, actually. Going out with Patrick and Dina, his wife. We're going to get, on Sunday, we're going to get chicken wings at a place called Scooville's. And then either Friday or Saturday, Ellen is going to take me out for dinner because it's our date night. And I said she can choose where we go this week. So yeah, we have got plans. Nothing planned for Friday. And we'll probably keep it.
Friday,
Who is? Have you? When were you going to tell me that?
Well, she just messaged, no?
Okay, well, Ellen's going out on Friday, so maybe I will go out. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, well, we're good. And then we're going to have a date night.
Well, thank you. I've got permission to go out. Yes, I might go out Friday. I think I'll probably just stay in. It's very nice to have the house to yourself, to be honest, when you're crammed up like this. What? No, I'd have a quiet night. What's wrong with that? What are your plans, Jack? Have you got anything exciting planned for the weekend, brother? Raining blood, 1, 2, 3. That must be as rare as hen's teeth in the Philippines. Silent, I mean. Yeah, no, mate, it is. It is. As I say, I still can't get my head around it. I'm waiting for something to go wrong. Haven't heard music or karaoke once. It's not all expats in this subdivision. The Filipinos at the back of us. That new house apparently be Filipinos. Yeah, it's extraordinary how quiet it is. Even you can hear it now because we've only got glass doors. It's like they call it the glass house. So if a motorbike or something goes by, you can hear it. But in the time we've done this vlog, you haven't heard a hot cockerel, have you? You haven't heard a rooster. You haven't heard a bike go past because nothing comes down here because we're at the end of the road. It's amazing. McLovin, good evening. Good evening, McLovin. How you doing, brother? Retromeister, been taking notes on your earthquake video. I'm in BGC high rise. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure you'll be fine there, but I must admit, if I was in a high rise, I would be more worried about earthquakes than I am being here. But having watched what happened to Alex the other day, because I don't know if you were here earlier on, Alex is a guy I know. He's in a high rise in Davao, and they had an earthquake there, and the tower was nearly touched, and apparently no structural damage. You know, they're built to resist. Someone was saying the other day it's the third and the fourth floors you've got to worry about because they're the ones who they take the pressure or whatever, so the rest of it bends. But yeah, but grab bag, good idea, mate. Definitely, I think if you live in a tower block, I think you're much more, or apartment block or whatever. I think a grab bag is a lot more crucial than it is. I think everyone should have one, but certainly us, because at the end of the day, I mean, if things did collapse here, I could probably get to the stuff. It would only be a question of lifting some stuff off the study because we only got like the roof to come in. But anyway, yeah, we've got a grab bag sorted now. Anyway, I hope. Were you affected by the last earthquake then? You must have been. No, not in BGC. Adam Fente, no roosters is a huge upgrade. Don't know how you survived that long with them. Because, as I said, where we lived in the other place, we didn't really notice them. Because I spent the vast majority of the time in the bedroom, which is at the back of the house, and we don't really have the aircon on that much. We use fans, and you get used to the noise of the fan. So the trouble is, when I made videos, or I try to do it in the garden, it's annoying then because you're talking to people and people can hear them, and you can't have the fans on because it interrupts with the camera. But honestly, mate, in the house with the fan on, the plural, and you know when you're listening to music or watching something on a laptop, you were oblivious to the roosters. You didn't know they were there. But it is nice here, you know, not to have them. But they weren't as bad as it maybe seemed in the videos there. It was just annoying in terms of it was screwed up my vlogging. I couldn't sit out in the garden and chat because the people across the road really started taking a piss. When we first moved there, they had like 3 roosters. By the time we left, they had like 10, and you had that thing. So I mean, it all got out of hand. Jack Star. Oh, I must say, I did enjoy the last vlog. Patrick seemed a top bloke. Yeah, good guy, Patrick. He's a good guy. McLovin, go raise hell on the town. Now you have permission. Yeah, you see, about 4 years, when I first got it about 2 years ago, right, let's do it. Let's have it. Getting old and tired now. You know, I'd like the idea of going out and making a vlog, and I did say I'd show Greg the town, but I don't know. The flesh is not as willing as it used to be, if you know what I mean. I just look at it now and think, how will I feel the next day? Will I have a hangover? But things could change by Friday. The art says, I was watching a live stream when the first earthquake happened. The poor girl was sitting on her bed and the whole house started shaking. Scary stuff. Yeah, I imagine it must be terrifying. You know, they've not bothered me, these ones, but that's not me being brave. Because I think I've experienced 3 here, but they were so minor, you never really got the idea that, you know, you just shake a little bit like that, and you know the windows and that rattle, and you think, well, it'll pass in a minute. So they've not really bothered me. But my God, if the whole thing starts going, and if you've like got, you know, a floor above you or whatever, it must be terrifying. I mean, truly terrifying. I mean, one of the pluses of this place is you're never really more than, I don't know, 3 meters from a door, because we've got 2 doors in that side. You've got a door on that side. You've got a door there. So I mean, you know, you'd be really unlucky not to be able to get out. I mean, the roof would have to come down damn quickly to get trapped in here. Mind you, we would have danger of laceration, my sweet, from the broken glass. A lot of glass in this house. Adam Fente, I know the bridge between Cebu and Lapu-Lapu is built by the Japanese.
Yeah.
They seem to do a good job at building earthquake-proof infrastructure. Yeah. Ellen agrees. Yeah, they do apparently. Yeah, they've learned a lot from Tokyo. Someone said that. I can't remember. It might have been Trevor Ari, but someone was saying like, you know, you can't really trust any of the cities in Asia. You can some of the new builds, but some of the older buildings are the only place you can really be safe in terms of earthquakes in Asia is Japan. Basically, everything there is built to withstand earthquakes. I didn't know the Japanese built the bridge. I mean, designed it, presumably. I mean, they didn't bring a load of Japanese labourers over. I mean, they designed it, yeah, and sourced the materials, I suppose. What? Didn't know that. There you go. Up to 27 people watching and 19 likes. We like that. We'd like it even more if we got a few more likes. See, as soon as I said that, we dropped from 27 to 24. I'm going to pretend I don't care how many people are watching. I'm going to be nonchalant because as soon as I show, you know, excitement at the numbers, they drop without fail. So anyway, chaps, what are you guys up to? What are you people up to? Tell me a bit about yourselves rather than me, because I'm running out of things to tell you. The Archers, old and tired. How old are you, man? 93. It's time to hit Shargo Island and do some surfing. God, surfing, no chance. No chance. Doesn't appeal to me at all. Shargo doesn't really appeal to me at all. I was going to go to Shargo when I first got here. Yeah. What? Money's no object to us. I'm joking, by the way.
Right. Going with corruption by the officials there, and there was an actress.
I do apologise. Apparently, the live stream's got to go on hold. Then, so
there was an Simon.
I'll turn the camera around.
There's an actress in the Philippines living there now, and they have a business together with a boyfriend. But it was a kind of it's not a mayor. It's another.
Anyway, there's some corruption in the Philippines, in Shargo.
50 million.
Careful what you're saying on here. You can get me done for libel.
No, it's true because they filed a case on that.
Okay. Well, that's not going to stop us going there if we wanted to, is it? A corrupt official, an alleged corrupt official. Officials plural. Well, it's the Philippines, Ellen. I wouldn't have. That does not surprise me that much. And in fact, I learned the Japanese build a lot of the stuff here in Cambodia too, malls and bridges. Yeah, well, maybe they do. Yeah, I can see that. Japanese architects and things. Very clever people, very industrious people, the Japanese. I know that's stereotyping, but I believe they are. Jackstar, come on, share the love, hit the like. I see. I'm behind you, Jack. Maybe it was your comment that got those likes a few minutes ago. See, I'm looking at it and thinking it was me. It could well be you. We'll find out in a minute now. I've read your comment out, mate. That's a nice even spread. 21 people, 21 likes. You can't ask for more than that, can you? We could be down to, it'd be impossible to get more than that. But there we go. Do you want to go karaoke singing after this?
No, I have an early start.
Okay.
I'm busy until Friday.
Well, have you told them we're not going?
Yeah.
Okay. The art chairs. The lovely Ellen seems to be quite chatty tonight. Let's take a look at her. Turn the camera around. She's brought it on herself. She was just posing like that. You do that again, and I'm turning it round. She would only have herself to blame. Well, it's not got smell-o-vision. She says, I haven't even showered yet. You can't turn it around. What do you mean you haven't showered yet? For God's sake, woman, it's 8:15.
What time did I wake up earlier?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Frowned upon, young lady.
And I was cooking.
This is speaking of Asia household. We have standards. Jackstar, I'm possibly heading down south. Had 5 internet lines put in finally. However, still think I need Starlink. Just want to make sure my back can take it at the min. Yeah, don't overdo yourself, mate. So you're not in Ware at the moment. I thought you were back in Ware. You've gone back up north, have you? How much, if you don't mind me asking, does Starlink cost there? Because it's 4,000 pesos here. I've got a friend who's got Starlink, keeps telling me to get it. But we're quite happy with our internet situation. Now, we kind of got things covered on the internet front because we're with PLDT, and I've got a UPS, So if that goes down, we've got the backup for that. And also, when we had the brownout before, I got us got it and I topped it up. We've got a Globe pay-as-you-go router as well. So if the PLDT ever does go down, we just use the Globe one, which has got, I don't know, I think I bought 50 gigabytes prepaid, which doesn't run out. So we're quite done now. So a friend of ours, he swears by Starlink. But what is, I just wondered if it's the same price in the UK. Because a lot of things over here, like, it's amazing how much cheaper it is to get, your AGV and your antivirus and that. Because they do you offers of your Netflix and everything. They're all a fraction of the price in Philippines and Thailand than they are in the West. I wondered what it was in terms of Starlink. Do they have like a discounted price for the Philippines, or is it the same price around the world? Because 4,000 is quite a lot for the Philippines, I think. If you average Filipino, not many people have Starlink, and then you've got to buy the equipment on top of it. But Adam Fenton, any water or brownout issues in the new house? Not really brownouts. We've had a couple. We had a few one week, and apparently that was unusual, and we've not had any since. We have had a couple of problems with the water tank because the people who fit it don't seem to have a bloody clue what they're doing. Twice it's burst, but it got fitted the week we arrived. But it's working now. But it's not really an issue because you just switch the thing off and you just go to the taps because the water pressure's fine. You don't need the tank. But other than that, no, it's fine. It's fine. So we're quite well equipped now. I've got the old 350 watt batteries. I can plug my laptop and that in. We've got the UPS so we don't lose the internet. We are gradually coming to terms with dealing with these things. The art chairs. What are we, Ellen? Lepers? I think she's taken a dislike to us lowly live stream commentators. No, for just some reason, she's semi-naked tonight. I don't know why she's semi-naked. I don't know why she hasn't had a shower. But that's what it is. I'll turn it around. But she's in the other room. So there you go. I don't know why she's in the other room. But people want to see you, Ellen. You're letting down our friends. Jackstar. So come on, must ask, what happened to the bar trouble? You said you had, not the guy who was buying drinks. What do you mean? Do you mean that? What I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about when I was saying on the live stream the other day about down there? That was just I got very drunk, and occasionally when I get drunk, I get bellicose, and yeah, he was a very irritating man, and he got my goat, and I bit, which was stupid because I'm quite sure in retrospect he would have. I wouldn't have lasted long. Guy was about 20 years younger than me, 6'5", bodybuilder. Although bodybuilders are slow, but yeah, it was stupid. I don't know. And I was with a few people who were like, with me, and they all look at me from, what the hell are you doing? But he just wound me up. But he didn't come to anything. I just said, I just told him what I thought of his behaviour, and it all got sorted out. But it was stupid because I don't know. That's one of the reasons I've got when I do something, I wake up next day and that puts me off drinking for a while. I think, what is wrong with you? Why? Very rare I get like that, but sometimes I do when I'm drinking. It's not good. I'm not a young man anymore, and it's just childish. But anyway, that's all it was. Starlink, £100 a month. So it is a lot cheaper here then. That is a lot cheaper. Yeah, that's because that's basically, so it's about half the price here. Because 4,000 pesos would be about 52, 53 quid. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not surprised it costs more in the UK. Jack Star, so not sure if this helps, but to get around Ellen's VPN with work issue for the future, I called a Raspberry Pi programmable board. I can bring one over if needed. That's a very kind offer. I'm glad you said that though, because because you reminded me of something. Please, this is a request. I know a few of you are going to come over and see us in the next couple of months. I know Tim's coming. I know Glenn's coming. Hopefully Jack's coming. It would be wonderful if anyone who's coming over from Blighty to see little old me and Ellen, if you could bring a jar of Marmite with you, could do with a jar of Marmite. I want to do a video of, I saw one in ages ago on YouTube. It was funny in Japan when getting the locals to try Marmite. I would love some Marmite. All you can get in this place is Vegemite, which I know is the same thing, but I want it to be a Marmite, a traditional British thing. So, Jack, in answer to your question, I don't think we need a raspberry. I don't know if that'd work, mate. Because the thing with her VPN is, I've been looking into it. If it would work, then we could do something. I'd sort you out for that. But the problem seems to be, people said before, her VPN is actually on her computer. It's not one she dials into. I think she's downloaded it. Because it's downloaded, that's how it picks up the other VPNs. It's not accessing. But I know sod all about technical stuff. That might be nonsense. I might not know. Got no idea what a Raspberry Pi programmable board is. I'll have a look at that. But some Marmite, definitely, mate. If you could bring some Marmite with you, that would be fantastic. But really appreciate the offer, Jack. I really appreciate the offer. A Raspberry Pi programmable board. The art chairs. What are we up to? Well, I shipped 2 more Balak buying boxes of toys to the PH. Should be there by Christmas. So are you not there then, mate? Jackstar, no, not the Gorilla X Army. I'm sure you said you fell out with one of the bars you frequent. Was it Overcharge? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that is all sorted now. That is all sorted. Yeah, it was Overcharge. Yeah, it was. And it was irritating because it keeps happening. And I know it's not, I know it's not on purpose. Because the maths isn't the greatest with some of the people here, but I'm not going to name the bar, but I think you probably know which is there. But it's happened so many times over the last, it's never right. And sometimes it's low under, and I always say that can't be right. I've had this much to drink, and I always top it up. But it's always wrong. You get used to it. But this particular time, what annoyed me was it was quite a bit over, and I knew what it should be, and I know them very well there. And I said to the particular bar person who brought me the bill, I said, that's not right. It shouldn't be that. It should be 650 or 6. It shouldn't be more than 700. And she was like, okay, I'll go and check it. But she didn't, because I see her walking around, and she just went around, did some glass, and then came back and asked for it again. And I said, look, I've told that's not right. It's wrong. I haven't had that. I only got 2 rounds. Can't possibly be this much. And she said, no, I've checked this. It's right. I said, but you didn't check. You haven't checked. I've seen you walking around there. And she's, oh, but I said, look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I said, just keep the change. Gave her the money. But then when we were going, I thought, nah, I'm fed up, because that annoyed me, because I've never said anything before, you know. And she should have just gone and asked or said like that thing, because I know him very well. So I went to the owner and I said, look, I'm not happy about this. So I was going, which I never do, but he said, how are you doing, as I was leaving? So I'm not happy, to be honest with you. I said, he said, why? And I told him. He said, oh, well, we'll go and check the till now. I said, no, I'm not bothered. Forget it. It's done. It's done. But I'm just annoyed that when I queried it, I just got mugged off. I said twice it's not right, and just mugged me off. And you know I'm not like that. I said, but it's small money. It's just a principle. You know, if I say it's not right, I don't expect to just, like, you know, be told, you know, just mugged off like that. I said, but forget it, doesn't matter. But anyway, it was sorted. I didn't make a thing out of it, but then he messaged me the next day with the till receipts and that, and said, I thought, just forget it. But then when I went in on the other night, they're like, oh, please, we're sorry, and a little envelope with keep it. And I said, look, just keep it. I don't. Anyway, that's all it was. It was the principle of the thing, really, because I say it's probably happened 10 times in the last few months. And I've never said anything, but this time, and I was nice about it, and they just didn't care. You know what I mean? And that's what bothered me. So does that make sense there, you Jack? You've got to the bottom of the old the mystery. I didn't know I'd even mentioned that. Plastered finger, 55 gram. Whatever, anything, anything, mate. Just so I can put some on some bread and make a video. Jack Star, of course, pal. Thank you very much, Jack. It might be someone gets here before you and does it, but really appreciate that, mate. It would be good to have some. A plastered finger, 500 gram. What is I can't even imagine what the grams are. I'd have to look at that. It doesn't really matter. Whatever was to bring, I will work with whatever. As I say, I thought we got a few delicatessens places. You can get most things, but there's a deli up the road and there's a deli down in the city. I think there's 3 delis here, but they all do Vegemite, which, I say, just doesn't have the same thing if you're British. I can't go in and say this is a traditional British spread. I want you to try it because it's not. It's a typical Aussie. It's an Australian spread, isn't it? So I really want it to be God, I can't speak Marmite. Anyway, the Arches, that makes 14 cases of good clothes, protein-based food, medicine, art supplies, school supplies, etc. Change the world, man. Why not? Yeah, mate, good for you. You've got a good heart. Yeah, you're doing good work, mate. You're doing good work. You're putting me to shame. A lot of people do good work over here and things like yourself. It makes me think I should do more. Yeah. Now, well done to you. Adam Fante, did you have any drama with expats in Thailand? I just now watched the video you did with Paul's Asian Adventure. Crazy story with Siggy Hall guy. Yeah, I look awful in that thing, didn't I? Bloody belly's hanging over. I got man breasts. God, I wish I hadn't done that bloody interview now from the side angle. Yeah, that was not a flattering video. No, not in. The only trouble I ever had in Thailand, I got in a row with our next door neighbour one night. Broke my hand. Well, I didn't break my hand. I strained my wrist. I had to go to the hospital. But that was all right. He was a Thai, but he was my girlfriend's cousin. Everyone was related in that village. That's the only. And I was there 7 years. So that's not too bad, is it? Well, 8 years, closer to 8. So that was the only one trouble with him. And it was late. It was like 4 a.m. We were drunk, and yeah, blows were exchanged. But there you go. Jack Star, see, I do remember. You do remember, mate. You do remember. I'm amazed by that. I didn't, and that wasn't a live stream you were in, was it? Did you watch? Was that one that you were we were talking in, or was that one I talked about the other night before the boxing? Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. I didn't even know I'd mentioned that. Jack Star, that is frustrating. Yeah, it is frustrating. I mean, probably not to a generous man, they said, but yeah, it was. It was just. Yeah, that was it. I say another time I wouldn't have said anything, but we hadn't won the quiz, which was annoying because I was expecting to win that night, so that was a bit stressful. And that, and it was just the attitude. You know, it was the like. She could have just asked them at the bar. She come over and said, "No, they think it's right." I would have said, "Okay, it's not, but don't worry about it." Or I might have come. It would have been a problem. But she didn't even ask them. She just pretended she had. She just went round and then came and tried it twice. Anyway, yeah. I'm reliving it now. But it was all sorted. It was all sorted, mate. Make sound, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It was irritating. It was irritating. But anyway, we moved on, and she was very apologetic. I mean, I felt bad actually because I know he must have had a go at her because which he shouldn't have done. Yeah, I felt a bit guilty. But anyway, it is sorted now, and put it way, they're definitely keeping an eye on adding up on my bills now. Because when I asked for my bill on Thursday, like you could see there were 3 of them around working out and double checking it, and I was like, "Don't worry about it." But yeah, I think I've made yeah, I think I don't think I have to worry about my bills being right for a while. Now, Adam Fente, 8 years is a long time. Many great nights, I bet. Yeah, I love my time in Thailand. Love my time in Thailand, mate. The art chairs, with all the earthquakes, there is an elevated need for donations now. Check online for Cebu region to find areas to donate if you like. I will look into that. That will be my good deed of the day. I will have a look into that. It's a good idea. So we know what Jack's doing this weekend. He's possibly going to head down if his back's up to it and he's got things to sort out in where. What are you other fantastic people doing? Who's still here? I think everyone's been here tonight except Tim, isn't it? Tim Murray. I think he's the only regular face that's missing. Trevor sometimes pops in, doesn't he? Trevor's not made it tonight. But yeah, what are you doing, Plastered Finger? What are you doing, Glenn? What are you doing, Jim? Assuming you're still here, of course. I tell you what, when I finish this, I'm going to sleep like a baby. I am shattered. It has been a long day. The Archers, how many live streams do you do every week? I always try and do one, but this weekend I was staying up for the boxing, so I did one Saturday morning to keep me awake about 3 in the morning, I think it was. I might do. I might do that again. I don't know if I can make it a regular thing because it depends on being up at ridiculous hours. But I was doing that to see if we got. I mean, it still worked for some of the UK people. So Tim was there, and a couple of other UK, Brian Dawson, who sometimes comes in, was there. But it was mainly American, so it worked in that sense. It's just like, I am going to try going forward to do 2 a week, but I won't do more than that. I mean, it's because I'm aiming to now do 3 videos a week, 1 live stream, or maybe 2. But that's then 5 days of content, isn't it? You know what I mean? I don't want to bore people to death. We're just making stuff to keep up to the numbers. Adam Fenton, saw a documentary about floods. Terrible to hear the folks on the ground in Manila dealing with the corruption. Yeah, I'm going to be careful what I say about that, but it's not good. And there's a lot of unrest going on here at the moment. And they're not really reporting it. You can get it, though. That's the thing about Facebook, don't you? See on social media what's going on. But yeah, there are a lot of people who, a certain generation, who don't look like they're going to accept it anymore. And you can't blame them, because there's certainly been, I'm going to get myself kicked out of the country now, an apathy. There's an attitude here, a lot of people, they're not happy about things, but they take the attitude, well, we can't change it, it's just the way it is. To which, well, if you don't try, you're never going to change it, are you? I mean, but it does look like there is a growing movement. How that will end, I do not know. But yeah, it is very naughty what's gone on, a lot of stuff here. And it's not just, it's every city, really. But anyway, I'm going to watch what I say about that. I don't want to get kicked out. The Archers, it was just Sunday before, wasn't it? It was, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I suppose it was early hours Sunday morning, because the fight was 10 o'clock Saturday night in the UK. So, yeah, we're 8 hours ahead. So, yeah, you're right. It'll be early hours of Sunday morning. Hey, house projects. You're doing house projects, Glenn? Are you a handy fella? Well, I imagine you must be, because you're an engineer by trade, aren't you? Any exciting projects? Andrew CJ, hello again, fellow men of culture. See, Andrew, he used to think he lived in Bekong, but he doesn't. He lives in Dumagetti, but right on the border, and he's good friends with Scott. I'm just introducing him, Scotty boy. I'm just introducing him in case anyone doesn't know who Andrew is. He was on the last stream. Mike Thompson, waiting to sign a new contract means I'll be moving again. Ah, how far are you moving? Honestly, I'm interested. I'm looking to trade my car for a minivan to make it into a camper, so I can save some rent. The rent is horrible here, 2,000 a month and up. It's killing me. That's not good. The guy I interviewed today, Greg, he's over here at the moment. He's scouting the Philippines as a potential move. He just spent the last 2.5 years living in a van, traveling around America and Canada, and he really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I certainly find it fascinating. I've watched quite a few of the YouTube videos on doing it. But yeah, he used to work for the Department of Homeland Security in America, and he retired early at 41. A couple of spoilers for the interview. And then he bought an SUV in, and he bought one of those converted vans. He spent the last 2.5 years driving around, him and his dog, living in various places. And now he's doing a recce of the Philippines, deciding whether to give up the van life and bring his dog over here and move to Dumagetti. But I'm not sure what he's decided yet. I'm sorry you're finding the rent so high, uninterested. I mean, that is the reality of the world at the moment. Unfortunately, rent in some places, and it's just getting so expensive for some people. It's terrible. Plus, I think I got someone to build my table, but it was not what I wanted. So practicing my welding and building it myself. I guess it's made out of metal then. It's not a wooden table. Jack Star, another top live again. Like to thank everyone. Hit the like. Don't want to upset the legend that is Ellen. Yes, thank you, Jack. You're so good at that. Thank you, Jack. Really appreciate you doing that, mate. And I really appreciate the super chat. And it will make Ellen happy. I mean, Ellen doesn't, she acts like she doesn't care, doesn't want to be in it. This channel means more to her than it does to me. I mean, if we don't get past 30 likes, she will cry herself to sleep tonight. She really will. I'm not just saying that. Get past 30 likes, I'll have a great night. So help the old boy out. Appreciate that, Jack. Plaster Finger, and visiting a few places to try and make some vids. Vlogging. I've got to check your channel out again. It's very interesting. I do like the old farming stuff. Glenn, remodeling most of the house. Really? Are you? Doing it all yourself? Wow. Is that because it needs it? Or because you just love doing that kind of thing? Or a bit of both? The art chairs. There you go. There's a motorbike. That's the first vehicle that's gone past us tonight. That's how quiet it is here. The Archer, just a thought, when you do some of your interviews, maybe try and set it up so both of you and interviews are in the camera frame. It's a bit one-dimensional with only one person being interviewed. No, I appreciate the suggestion, I really do, but no, I'm sticking to it the way I do it. Just because I've done a couple of interviews over here with people when they've interviewed me, and I look bloody terrible from the side. You know, I don't like being in interviews. You turn around like that. You know, that video I did with Paul, God, I look about 10 stone overweight. I like being behind the camera, so I don't have to worry what I look like. Don't have to worry about what I'm wearing. I hear you entirely, but you know, I can have someone just come around the house, just bung a t-shirt on, don't have to shave or whatever, and I can just sit behind the camera and no one can see me. I really like it like that. And also there's things like, you know, sometimes people bang on the table with their hands and things. When I'm behind the camera, I can go like, you know, don't do that. Or if someone's, you know, lost for words, or I can just, or they can see they're nervous, I can give them a thumbs up. You know, I mean, I can communicate with them. If I was face to face like that, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be as easy. But I do hear you. It's a great suggestion, but that is why I do it the way I do it. Andrew CJ, soon to leave, almost left early after the last little earthquake. So many lately. Yeah, did you feel the one the other night? We felt that. Mike Thompson, approximately 500 miles. Well, that's a big move then. That's a long move. Are you moving it yourself, or have you got like, you know, removal men in that lined up? Adam Fonte, crazy how fast 2025 is going by. Wonder what the final tourism numbers will be across Southeast Asia as the year wraps up. I think that'll be. I did a video on it a little while back, and the figures were suggesting last year was low for Thailand and the Philippines, but this year started off low. But they are forecasting that by the end of the year it will be higher than last year. But they always forecast high, don't they? They're always ambitious. Doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, but will be interesting to see. Crazy how Plaster Finger Nightjack, he's not going, is he? Andrew, did you ever go to Chinookville? No, I didn't. Never been there. I've not, even though I lived in, spent a bit of time in Cambodia. I only ever went to Kompot and Siem Reap. Yeah, it's never been there. But everyone says, or everyone you meet, they says the same thing, that it used to be great, and now the Chinese have ruined it and built loads of casinos and blah 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 blah. I even met one guy once who was telling me it wasn't the same as it used to be. It was shit now. And I said, when was the last time you went there? And he'd never been there. So I said, how do you know it's gone downhill then? And he said, oh, everyone's told him that. But yeah, apparently. So no, when I heard it wasn't what it used to be, that put me off going. But I might not have gone anyway. I like to get to a place, settle down, get a little circle of friends, go to my certain places. I'm not. Yeah, never felt need to go there. Jack Star not going yet. There you go. He's not going. He's not going. I'm glad to hear that, Jack. Although I'll be going soon. I thought you'd gone. I'd missed something and I hadn't said goodbye. Glenn, yes, DIY with a buddy of mine. I bought this place 3 years ago. It's a project. With a buddy. That's good. That's good. Jack Star. So how's the tourist there at the minute? Here in Dumagetti, you asking me? I don't know. It's not really a tourist place. I know it was very high on Sicky Hall. They've got quite high numbers. It's calmed down a little bit over there now. I know they were doing very well, but yeah, we don't really get tourists here. You know, it's you'll get the odd one. I mean, you know, obviously I meet people like Greg's one, you know, but they're few and far between. You get a few people on the boulevard, but they're generally going because this is more a hub than anything else, you know. So it's like, you know, it's not a tourist place. It is a student city. So you know, with the university, so most of the lots of young like Filipinos here, like with not so for the nightlife and that. But in terms of tourists, no, you know, you don't really notice it. It's that's why it amazed me when you see the figures and you see South Koreans are the highest number that come here, then the Chinese, then the Americans, then the Indians. But you don't see any Chinese or South Koreans in Dumaguete. Don't see any Indians either. Quite a lot of Americans and Europeans, but you know, I say it's not really a tourist place. You probably, if I lived in Darwin, which is a little bit further up, a lot of tourists go there. They come for the scuba diving, but yeah. Mike Thompson, doing the move myself. Good luck with that. Sounds like hard work. Adam Fente, I'm seeing many condo adverts for developments here in Cambodia. No desire to buy, but awesome to see how many buildings are going up. Yeah, it's yeah. I wonder how much. I think just from the vlogs I've seen and people I've spoken to, I think Siem Reap has changed a hell of a lot since I was last there, and I'm pretty damn sure if you went back in 5 years, it will have changed a hell of a lot more than you know. You probably won't recognise it either. That place is yeah, that place is not. It's going to be 10 times the size before long. Right. Well, my coffee's about to run out, and we've done 1 hour and 45 minutes. Well, 41 minutes. We've got 22 likes and 21 views, so that will hopefully be up to 30 by the morning. I'm going to love you and leave you, chaps. I'm really glad that I did the live tonight. I was close not doing it, but I want to keep it up because I really do like chatting to everyone. But I was just so damn tired. I thought, I don't know if I can stay awake till 7 o'clock. But now talking to you lot, it's woken me up. I don't think I'll go to sleep for a couple of hours now. But Ellen's going to have an early night, so I've got to spend a bit of time with her. But yeah, thanks. You made this very enjoyable. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jack. It's very much appreciated. Always is, mate. Unnecessary, but very welcome. And it is going in a Jack Star Fund. And one day when you get over here, I will make it up to you. And thanks for joining, Adam, Glenn, Plastered. I've said Mike, Adam, Jim. I shouldn't go down the names because I'm always going to miss someone up. Uninterested, Filipino vlogger, everybody. Have a Plaster Finger says good night. Jack Star says night. Adam, cheers, buddy. Glenn, have a restful evening. Will do, mate. Archie, it's good to see you, Simon, and the lovely Ellen. How much of it did you see, though? That's the question. But yeah, listen, hopefully you enjoyed it. I will catch you on the next one. I think the next one will be next Wednesday. I can't see that changing. Tim, you were there. Tim, we were talking about you. You've been silent. You've been lurking in the background, mate. You should have shown your face, Tim. Well, thanks for being there anyway. Yeah, hope to catch you all on the next live. Jack, I hope your back gets better. Glenn, I hope your refurbishment goes well. Mike, I hope your move goes well. Are you? But you're not moving that soon, are you? Not moving this weekend, are you? Well, anyway, when you do move, I hope it all goes well. I hope your table repair goes well. Yeah. Jack Star, cheers, buddy. Have a great chat with everyone. Pleasure as always. Yeah, appreciate it, Jack. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be fantastic if you did. But whether you do, whether you don't, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe and be lucky.